What is going on, you guys? So, Thor Ragnarok, only the latest review for this movie to ever exist, but yeah, I saw the movie about a week ago, and I've just been dealing with a little bit of medical stuff. Nothing too bad, you don't have to worry about me or anything. I'm not going to get into all that, but just haven't really been feeling up to getting on camera, recording a review. And then there was a super episode, which was again, like every other week, there's like a kind of bland, kind of meh super episode that's not really, doesn't really have much to talk about. So let's talk about Thor, because this is probably the best Thor movie and a really, really good entry in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm not going to act like it's groundbreaking or risk taking or a super phenomenal film, but it knows what it wants to be, and it wants to be damn entertaining and damn fun, and it does a really good job at being that. They definitely go for a more comedic approach with this movie. I'd almost say the movie borders on a comedy. And I can definitely see some people disliking that or thinking that it was all jokes and too silly or for kids or some bullshit like that. Well, the for kids thing is bullshit. The other ones are legitimate criticisms. If you didn't like the movie, I could totally understand. Or if you thought there was too much comedy, bogging it down, I can kind of understand. I didn't really feel that way. I just thought the movie was really fun, really entertaining, and just focused on being just a fun time, you know? Like, the other Thor movies wanted to, like, ground Thor and kind of like, oh, we're going to take his hammer and powers away, and now he has to hang out with Natalie Portman in a little New Mexico town, or in the second one where it's like you have the cool Asgard stuff, but then we still have to cut back to Natalie Portman and no Thor with her just doing her own thing, and it's just like, we want to see Thor being Thor and just have a good time, and this movie really focused on doing that and providing a much better villain than, what was his name, Malekith or some shit from Thor 2, the most unmemorable villain in the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, just absolute trash. He was ridiculous, but yeah, but Hela, played by Kate Blanchett, I believe. She does a great job. She, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's like the greatest performance of her career. She's definitely very over the top, but it's fun. Like, that's the thing. The movie is over the top. You have Carl Urban's character jump into a horde of fucking Asgardian skeleton monsters with machine guns, and he's dressed in like fantasy armor and shit. It's ridiculous. That scene's great though because it's so fun. And again, the movie focuses on that. It focuses on being fun, being entertaining, and always hitting you with something. I heard some people say the movie was a little slow. I really disagree. I mean, I definitely felt the 2 hour and 10 minute runtime. I believe it has, but at the same time, you have two sections. You have the Asgard stuff, which is where most of the serious stuff is happening, and then you have the Gladiator stuff, which is where more of the comedic stuff is happening. And some people might say that feels like two separate movies. I don't. I can understand why one side is serious and why the other side isn't. And I think that when it cuts back to the Asgard stuff and everything gets really serious and you feel the weight of, like, she's taking over Asgard, she's killing all these people. Thor's friends, which is like, whoa. Like, I mean, I don't really care about those characters much, but I just, what an unceremonious way to just get rid of, like, almost all of them, except for I think the chick wasn't there, Lady Sif or whatever her name is. So yeah, that was surprising, just how quickly they were just like, boom, 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 done. I mean, maybe they didn't. Well, okay, the Asian one probably did. The other two, maybe not, but they probably died, and that was really surprising. And seeing her fight, like, the entire Asgardian army, like, she's a real threat. Like, she feels like a threat. Even at the end of the movie, when Thor unlocks his powers and hits her with, like, what did Thor say? The biggest lightning bolt to ever exist, and it doesn't even hurt her. Like, she is really strong. Like, I mean, I know Thanos is, like, in the comics, he's, like, insanely strong. I'm not saying she's stronger. I'm just curious how close Thanos is going to be to the comics now, because she was really overpowered. And the way they had to take her out was definitely a big scene, to say the least. And the climax with Hulk fighting a giant wolf and the Valkyrie chick shooting the Gatling gun from the fucking, like, it was just crazy cool action. A lot of comedy, a lot of fun moments. You got Hulk versus the Thor in the arena, which was really fun. Jeff Goldblum's character is eccentric and silly. You have the Golem rock guy with the really soft-spoken voice, and he's probably the only character, and it's not even his entire character. He has like one line that I think they could have removed that was like the comedy just didn't fit there. Like, there's this moment where everybody, like, I don't want to spoil everything in the movie. I already talked about Thor's friends a little bit, but, like, I don't want to spoil everything, but, like, you have you have this big thing happening, and everyone from Asgard and Thor and everyone's watching this big event happen, this big life-changing event. and he's talking through it with comedic dialogue, and I feel like you could have just left that as a silent reflecting moment and not had him. But I mean, that's like my one nitpick in the movie. Yeah, that and like Kate Blanchett's character Hela doesn't have the greatest motivation in the world. She just wants to destroy everything and take over everything. I mean, they've done that so many times in Marvel, like the we just want to destroy everything villains, that Thanos really is going to have to deliver, because I feel like he's that kind of villain, if unless I'm wrong. He very much is a I want to kill all things kind of villain, so we'll see. Another pleasant surprise in this movie, and what adds to the fun factor, is the song in the trailer. I think it's called "Immigrant Song," and I'm forgetting the band. I always mix up Led Zeppelin and Def Leppard for some reason. I don't know why, because I don't. But I think it's Led Zeppelin. I didn't think that was going to be in the movie, which is normal. You know, the songs you hear in the trailers usually aren't in the movies. But then it was twice, and both in really cool action scenes. And again, it's just the movie not taking itself too seriously, but not trying to. That's the thing. It has the serious tone and it has the comedic tone, but it never feels like those two tones are fighting each other. It just, like, again, it feels focused on what it wants to be, and I really like that. I really, really like that about the movie. It focuses, it's got a nice pace to it, it's entertaining. On the technical side of things, the set design, costumes, CGI effects, all that stuff's really, really great. The backdrops. I love the world, too. That junk world just feels so... It feels like it has history. You know, you have, like, the faces of what are probably the previous champions there, and, you know, the gladiators, and all these people, and all these aliens, and... It's in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, not 2, in both Guardians of the Galaxy movies, there we go. That was kind of a confusing sentence for a second. In both Guardians of the Galaxies, and in other Marvel movies, these worlds are feeling more and more lived in, more and more like actual world building for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I love that. It's great. It's awesome. Hulk in this movie. Holy, I was ready to wrap up the damn review, and I haven't talked about Hulk. I love what they did with his character. I love that he actually has a character now. I never thought they were going to bring that in to the movies. I thought he was always going to be, you know, Bruce Banner's just like, I'm going to go into rage mode, beat up some people with no personality, which was fine for what it was. I'm glad they took that extra step to let the Hulk develop into an actual character with dialogue, and he's not always trying to break everything. He says he's always angry, but, you know, it's not rage throwing everybody around constantly like he has in the past. It's, you know, more calm, I guess you could say. But yeah, it's cool. It's so cool that they did that. I can't wait to see him interact with other characters in Infinity War, 'cause I'm sure he's in it because everybody's in it, and maybe he'll be in part 2. I don't know, but I know everyone's in the Infinity War movies, so I can't wait to see everyone interact with each other and have Hulk actually have a personality now to interact with everybody. It's going to be a ton of fun. Jeff Goldblum's eccentric, you know, kind of... He's not the villain of the movie, but he's a villain in the movie. His eccentric, quirky personality was great. They used their Jeff Goldblum very well. And the camera works really good. The music is great. Like I said, Immigrant Song in there twice was awesome. Anthony Hopkins as Odin is not in the movie much, but what he is in the movie is definitely fun. Let's see, a little bit of a spoiler, kind of, but you knew it was happening because of Thor 2. You know, Loki pretending to be Odin. Anthony Hopkins, he killed it right there. Loki pretending to be Odin was so funny and so in character as Loki. Like, you didn't feel like you were watching Anthony Hopkins put on a performance. It just felt like Odin was pretending to be Loki, because Anthony Hopkins is just that good of an actor, and it's great. It's a really funny scene. He gives a good performance, though he's not in the movie much. What else? Is there anything else? I don't think so. It's just really fun. Love that Thor can fight without the hammer now. I mean, it'd be cool if he still had a hammer as a weapon, because that's kind of Thor's thing, but still, it's cool that he can use the lightning without it. He's a total badass. He looks cool. The new Valkyrie character that they introduced, I forget her name, but she was a cool character. Don't know if she'll come back, but she was cool. And I'm pretty excited for Black Panther, because Marvel just can do no wrong at this point, it seems like. Like, Homecoming was really fun. You know, Doctor Strange, everything in Phase 3 pretty much has been really, really solid in my opinion. At the very least, a super entertaining movie, which is what this is. But I'm definitely ready for a more serious-toned Marvel movie, and it looks like we're going to get that with Black Panther. At least I hope so. So, I mean, I don't want it to be devoid of comedy. Of course, a little bit of comedy relief's fine. Be fun, you know, be a fun movie, but I want Black Panther to be a little more serious to show that Marvel can still do that, because Guardians of the Galaxy definitely left fingerprints on this movie quite a bit, and Guardians of the Galaxy are really popular movies. I don't want all their movies to just be pure fun, pure comedy, so We'll see. Probably have nothing to worry about. We have stuff like Civil War, Winter Soldier, probably Black Panther. You know, we have stuff like that. So let's wait and see what plays out for Black Panther. Hopefully it's really awesome. Like I said, Marvel is just on a hot streak. They've been on a hot streak for a while. They have so many just consistently good movies. They have their fuck-ups, but to have this many good movies and only a few fuck-ups is better than you can say for, like, the Dark Universe that Universal was working on, where the first movie, The Mummy, is garbage. You know, it's like, or what DC is doing. Like, Marvel definitely deserves props. But, that's pretty much all I have to say about the movie. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great time. If you haven't seen it, go out and see it. It's really fun. And that's pretty much it. So what did you guys think of Thor Ragnarok? Have you seen it? Do you want to see it? Tell me about it in the comment section below. Give this video a thumbs up and share it on social media. Both those would help me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already, if you like what you've seen here. Click that little bell to get notifications when my videos go up. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.